Whittington-Phillips, and this is week 1, the end of week reflection. So, over the course of this week, we have, so as I said in the last reflection, the play is being cast. So what we've done now is we've done our first read-through, and what the read-throughs allowed us to do is basically start to have a general idea of, and allow us to start thinking about who our characters are. So the questions we especially I kind of started asking myself as we started reading through the play for the first time. It's like, who is my character? What's his background? Where has he come from? It's like, has he done this? Has he done that? It's like being in the 1930s. Did he serve in the First World War? Yada yada yada. Looking at I think what went well so far. I think what went well overall this week is the fact that it's like the play's been cast. I mean, a big achievement for me is that my audition piece for this project was actually good enough that I got the part I wanted. So yay! But also I think what also well this week is I sort of started in with the mentality to think about, and especially start to develop a character quite well. I think over the course of this project, as say characters like Warbucks and Drake, but especially Warbucks, they are a lot older, so it's gonna be a challenge, especially for playing two roles. It's also sort of kind of one of those things that I have to work on, because I'd have to go from being Drake on the first show day, and then to Drake on the first show day, and Warbucks on the second, and I then have, but between the two show days, I kind of have to sort of transition, so I'm not into the second character as I'm so as to not make them look the same. Similarly when I'm playing other characters like Man 1 before Draco Walks, I have to make sure it's like they don't those characters they won't look like Draco Warbucks, but they don't sound like or act the same as Draco Warbucks, considering that Drake is a butler, Warbucks is a millionaire, and the four characters I play do act completely different to each other. So, because Bundles wouldn't look like Man 1 as he's a laundryman, he's unemployed, but Man 1's unemployed because of the Great Depression, which is going to be in my research. So really, now is the time to kind of sort of start to make the artistic choices of what road I'm going to go down with the character, which is going to be done partly working in college on the project, but also a lot of this stuff will be done at home by me, which is a lot of just figuring out what my intentions are, which is okay. So targets for this week, as I said in the last one, is try and get the first act off script within the next 3 weeks. So, and also try and start. Another one for me is start to develop the intentions of the character, ready to start to learn lines ready for when I get to run the scenes, as we are going to be running the scenes in chronological order. The chronological order. And running the scenes in chronological order should just help us keep the order and allow us to just work on one scene after another and not having to go back and forth between scenes. Just go one scene done, one scene done, go, and then we just then once we're done, we can just go back and rehearse all the scenes again, tighten them up, and yada yada yada, and polish them up, and get them ready for an audience after we finish the process. So yeah, that concludes week 1's reflective log. Goodbye.